Hey everybody, welcome to Trending Thursday. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. Glad to have you here, glad to be here for all new, ramped up, different platform for Trending Thursday. You guys really like to really see stocks. So it's going to be really all about stocks. Got a couple of news stories, but really all about stocks. Whether you're a short-term trader, whether you're a swing trader, whether you're a speculative trader, I got stocks for everybody. So let's start off this way. If you can hear me, by all means, please respond in the chat, preferably with VV Nation, to let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. Again, you don't need to tell me where you're tuning in from, but let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. That's important. Make sure my chat is working. Holy smokes, nobody's chatting. Oh, you guys, welcome to live chat. Remember the guard. Okay, let me, I don't want that. Do I want that? Oh, there it is. Holy smokes. I didn't see that. I don't know if for some reason it was hiding my chat. So everybody can hear me. Dan is coming in from Sweden, which is awesome. I love that we have a global presence when it comes down to Trending Thursday. That is an awesome thing. So what is Monsoonal, Arizona? I hear there's a lot of rain. I got you. There's a lot of rain. All right, everything just went away. Let go, Joey. Everything just...
You'll just have to open it back up.
Okay, hold on. Let me move this over. I have to open up what?
Just click the OBS icon on the bottom left monitor.
That one?
Yep, and then the Chrome tab.
That one?
Nope.
That one.
Yep, thank you.
All right, so there we go. I lost my chat, though. I lost my YouTube chat.
It'll be in that Chrome tab.
In that Chrome tab. Let's go see. There we go. Boom. All right, so now I got them both, so I can see both on YouTube and on Facebook. Wow. All right, it's all good. But today is the day, if you don't already do it, today's the day to really invite somebody. I got something for everybody. I thought the markets were going to go down this morning. Mike, I felt that it was. We're going to talk about that. Maybe. I still think that the smart money is still going to push the markets lower. That's my opinion. Remember, it's my opinion. It doesn't matter what I think. It all matters is what the market shows us. I honestly thought during the Jockey Club, we saw a reversal going from up to down, and now it's going back up again. So Jay says, hey, Glenn, you should check out Trending Thursday. Jay, hold on. Jay, if you didn't know, I'm already doing Trending Thursday. Sigh. Fernando says it did, but now clawing back. Jay is on both. Jay, stay on one place, either on Facebook or on YouTube. Sigh. I can't track both of you. It's just, you know something? A world with two J's is tough. All right, so Kirby says, hey, Jay Buckberg, you need to check out Trending Thursday. Sigh. Good thing I love all you guys, and this is a great community. In the meantime, oh, what am I missing? Why am I missing what's on my screen too? Wow. My screen two is not there, Joey. I got nothing on screen two. Even though you see it, I don't.
Oh, we'll just click on the VectorVest and pop it up.
Is that what it is? VectorVest. All right, there we go. Whew. Got a lot of stuff going on here. That's why I've got Joey. All right. If you're brand new to the channel, today is the day that I need you to subscribe to the channel. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that you'll be alerted to when new live streams like this come out. Patrick had a live stream on the channel today at 11 o'clock talking about the mobile app. If you are a subscriber to the VectorVest system, you have access to the mobile app for free. What you think about gold popping a bit? Answer in a bit. I'll check on that, Fernando. All right, CB says, let's get down to business. So you can look at the markets. You can see that all of the major indices are up and in excess by 1%. And I'm thinking that people are still caught up in the euphoria of what happened from yesterday. But the news still is that GDP is down for a second quarter. So we can officially say that we're in a recession. But it doesn't look like the market feels that way, right? We got a green light in the color guard pricing column. All of the major indices, again, are up by an excess of at least 1%. All right, so now let's start it off this way. How many of you feel that the market's got some really good upside still right now, based on what's going on in the market? How many of you feel the market's got good upside? Type of one. If you feel that this is a head fake, I think that it is. If you feel that this is a head fake, type of two. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that this is a head fake, folks. I honestly do. But again, it's not about me. It's about, and as depends on Apple and Amazon. Excellent. Apple's one of my picks that I'm going to talk about today in my new format. So I feel that there's still a sell the rip mentality. I'm with you on that. Stock Time says too. There you go. Consumer sentiment tomorrow is going to be huge. Now, the thing is, consumer spending came out this week and people are still spending money. Retail is still on the rise, even though GDP is down for 2 quarters, telling us that the market is contracting, or the economy is contracting. Businesses, though, are still hiring people, and we still got low unemployment. This is a strange market that we're going through right now. If you agree with that, say yes. I think that this is unlike a lot of different other markets that we've had. I think that this is really, really strange. Raphael says, I'm skeptical. I'm with you on that, man. This doesn't feel right. How about that? It really doesn't feel right. But again, it's not what we think. It's not what we feel. It's not what we wish. The market is really strange. And volatility is still high, Kamal. Don't get that twisted. And this is why we can still have big swings in the market with high volatility. All right, let's just get started with here. Here's where all of the different indices are. Look at this. The S&P, the spiders are up 1%. The Dow is up 1%. Our VectorVest composite is up almost 1%. And the Qs. Now, look at the laggard. Today, it's the NASDAQ. And normally when the market moves up or moves down, it's the tech stocks or the NASDAQ that move the market. Not today. And I think a lot of people are waiting to see what's going to happen with Apple. Michael says, is the market rigged? I'm not going down that path. All I want to do is be able to put you in a situation where you guys can make money given what the market's, taking what the market's given to you. All right. And Bill says, yes, the biggest trap in history. I guess there's a lot of people that think the same way that I think, that there's something going on. Something's going on. And, something, it is what it is. Stock Time says, Michael, of course it is. Not saying, I'm not going to go into that. All right. So that's what they all are doing. Let's go take a look at all 4 of these. View on a stock graph. Let's pull this over. Let's do the quad thingy. All right, because this is Trending Thursday, let's go look at this live. I know we do this on Midday Market on Mondays, but I think I want to incorporate this into Trending Thursday as well. I'm looking at intraday 5-minute bars. Here's the live view of the market, folks. Live view of the market. There's the Qs. There's the Dow. Look at the spiders coming off of session highs right now. The VectorVest composite coming off of session highs right now. I am just thinking that we're being pulled in. I think the news is still not good. So now we got a recession. Interest rates are still rising. We raised 0.75% or three quarter basis points yesterday. Inflation is still high. Oil is still low in supply. Gas is getting turned off in the UK by Russia. Folks, there's nothing in those headlines that say that I'm warm and fuzzy about what's going on in the market. All right, Glenn, I thought we'd get into the swing trade and the up. Mike, it's got to close today in an up, and then tomorrow we will look to open in the Derby. Does that make sense? We did get an up, but I need the market to close that way before we jump on board. There is still geopolitical risk globally. There's nothing, I can state that over and over and over. There's nothing good. There's no good news in the market. Lou says, I hope Glenn can figure out how the market will move in the next 2 years. Technically speaking, Janet Yellen and politicians don't know what a recession is. They are not economists. That's at Kirby. All right, so no catalyst in sight. I'm with you, Raphael. So this is why I think that the market is going through some kind of strange thing. It really is. And it's hard to put your finger on what to think. All right, that's the reason why I asked that question. All right, so that's all of the major indices and what they're doing today. Let's talk about some big stock news, though. I am going to have a couple of stories out there still. Let's go put this onto the web pages. The economy may look like it's in a recession, but look at this. But we don't still know for sure. When is the last time you read a statement that says it looks like we're in a recession, but we don't know for sure? That's an interesting, and this adds to my whole feel that this is a different type of market going on right now. So we're in a confirmed call. No, it doesn't mean that we're in a confirmed call. It takes more than the up to get a confirmed call. 1, the market's got to be up for 2 consecutive 5-day periods. 2, the buy to sell ratio has got to be above 1. 3, we've got to be higher than the previous day's close. But the biggest thing is we've got to be up for 2 consecutive 5-day periods in a row. The second up means that the MTI, or the underlying trend of the market, is up. Doesn't mean that we're in a confirmed up call. I'm tempted to close all of my up holdings before the next pullback, then wait for the few days. Actually, I'm still holding some long positions, long core holdings, but I've got money set to the side to hedge my portfolio. That's in my mind. I've got money in my portfolio to hedge my portfolio. And Michael says, because they changed the definition of recession. How many of you saw the video that I put out about recession reclassification? Type of 1 in the room. And I went right after that point. You know me, I don't like to be political, but I went straight after that point. How many of you looked at that video? If you haven't, type a 2. If you haven't, I invite you. Joey, put that link in the chat for me. I invite you to go take a look at that video because it blatantly tells you what a recession is and what things to look for. I don't know who's got the wherewithal to go reclassify what it is. So for those people who are typing a 2 in the room, Joey's going to put the link in the chat for you. I invite everybody to go out and take a look at that video called Reclassification of a Recession. All right, here's the other story. GDP fell 0.9% in the second quarter, the second straight decline, and a strong recession signal. All right, that's true. And there it is. Joey put it in there for you. Big moves on low volume. And that's another thing. Volume is conviction, JD. Volume is conviction. And if you've got a move with no move up in volume, that tells you that's a sign. That's a sign. So you need to go check out that video. Now, next thing, U.S. Senate passes federal semiconductor incentive bill. How many of you like this? Type of 1. How many of you don't like this? Type of 2. I'm going to chime in and say I like it. Why? Because it's bringing chip production back to the United States. It's bringing chip production to the United States. I've said this on more than one occasion that a few years ago, we had 37% of the chip space globally. We now are down to 12%, and China's taking the lead. China's taking the lead. And there it is. Stock Time says good for Build Back America. I don't know if I want to use that terminology. I love the terminology of bringing jobs back to the United States and getting a bigger hold on that marketplace because everything needs semiconductor chips. We need to be a part of that. In a free market, government should not be picking favorites. I don't disagree with that. But again, you know me, I'm not going to try to get political in here. I'm just putting out, do you think that that's a good thing? All right. Next thing. How about this? Another story on the other side. Gartner forecasts worldwide semiconductor revenue growth to slow to 7% in 2022. Now, let me tell you about this CHIPS bill. It's going to take time before these factories can get built and before the jobs can be put into action. So I love that the CHIPS bill is bringing jobs and bringing manufacturing of semiconductors back to the United States, but it ain't going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight, but this is an interesting story. Semiconductor revenue from PCs to decline. A lot of people are not buying PCs. PCs are falling, right? Not Macs, though. Macs are still going up. Why? Because I'm a Mac guy and I love Apple. Macs are still on the rise. PCs may be slowing. But guess what? Apple's making their own chips. They're making their own M1 chips, getting ready to work on an M2 chip. So that's good for Apple in that they don't have to depend for the most part. Let me put that right. For the most part, they don't have to depend on China. All right, so from where are they going to get the employees, says Camel? There's a lot of people out there sort of kinda looking for jobs, maybe. Maybe. Mark says GETJR, which is me, is propping up Apple on his own. I own it. I think that this is what I'm thinking about Apple coming out tonight. Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about that because that's a personal pick of mine I'm going to talk about. Another story, solar stocks jump on Schumer Mansion announced climate spending deal. I was listening to the radio. I just heard the president talk about the whole deal, and I've got my own personal opinion on it, and I'm just going to give you a piece of it. If we're going through a recession, if the economy is shrinking, we're getting ready to spend a lot of money. That's not normally what you do going into a recession. Now, with all of this, there's a whole clean energy thing. There's a lot of stuff that's going on that a lot of people may agree with or may disagree with. But the biggest thing is that when you're going through a possible recession, however you classify it, one of the things that you don't do is spend more money because that's going to push inflation higher. As that pushes inflation higher, that's going to make our Fed become even more hawkish and raise interest rates even faster. They're going to overextend. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And that's going to be the big story, is inflation getting better by way of the raising of the interest rates? That leaves, we're going to have to see. We're going to have to see. And my last story is JetBlue to buy Spirit. Finally, this comes to an end. Frontier lost out to JetBlue. Frontier wanted to merge with Spirit. JetBlue wanted to just come in and take them over, and guess what they did? $3.8 billion. Frontier shares jump after its deal falls. JetBlue, what was the other one? ULCC, JetBlue, and Frontier. All right, so that's my last story. Could have made big money in crypto in the last month. You could have. All right, but it wasn't sustainable. All right, was that a get in and get out type of trade? Absolutely. It's not sustainable. It wasn't sustainable. All right, and that whole space is still getting smoked, Mike. Now, for those people a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more speculative, could you have made some good little money on that? Absolutely. Absolutely. So it is up to you. It depends on your investment type. JetBlue has it cleared Elon Musk's approval yet? Wow, Kirby. No, it's got nothing to do with Elon Musk. All right. Those are all the stories that I have for today. All right. Let's get back into the software. Here's the stocks that I have on the big news. All right. So we're going to get right into stocks. Because of the CHIPS bill, I've got three semiconductor companies sorted by relative value. I'm looking at all of the stocks out of the stories that I got going on here to be good upside potentials. Notice that all of my stocks have great upside potential to outweigh or outperform the AAA corporate bonds. All right. So there we go. There's on semiconductors. There's on DQ Energy. I've got Silicon. That's also semiconductor. Here's Frontier, Spirit, and JetBlue. And from the whole idea, let's scroll over and see. There's energy, transportation, energy. All of these stocks come out of the space, out of the big news that we got going on today. Let's go look at the ones that are moving up the most. Wow, look at that. CEG is moving up. Frontier, nice move on that. iSun, which is the clean energy for the solar panels. That's also for the solar panels. And Azure, what was that from? AZUR, I think that was on, that's also solar panels. So three of them are from our solar panel picks. All right, so let's go take a look at them. Let's go take a look at the top four. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are all from the big news. So the news is driving these stocks higher. Let's go see, view on the stock graph. Let's go put these on a 1-month graph. Wow, look at that. So that's news driven. On the solar panel not noise, could be noise too. 3-8 crossed up, nice open candle on good volume. Gotta love that, right? So anytime you have a stock that's moving up on good volume, there's conviction behind the move. Technically speaking, the DPO is above the zero line, so it's positive. MACD positive. Earnings per share higher than it was a month ago. I like the play. Watch the wicks at the top of these, though. Even though these are 1-month graphs, I like the bottom left, top right. There's the airline. All right. It's up, nicely up. very goodly up. A little bit of wick at the top, but more open candle. I like the play. News driven, energy clean, big selling pressure on this. Look at the big wick at the top. The three, look about the MACD is about to go positive. Actually, it is in positive territory. Open candle, open volume. I like that, but I don't like the earnings per share. So this is strictly news driven because of the solar stocks are rising, but earnings per share shows me that fundamentally it's not all that good. And last but not least, energy clean. This one's got rising earnings. The DPO currently is not above zero, but about to. Nicely moving up, but wow, look at that give back on a $12 stock. That's a lot of give back. The 3 and the 8 just crossed, but that's a lot of people taking profits on that stock. First Solar is another stock that I was going to put in the list. But remember, when I was looking at my solar stocks, I wanted RVs to be nicely above 1. All right, so Bill, there's a lot of other stocks that I could have put up there, but I was specifically looking for the stocks that had RVs above 1. Blink is up. Charging, did we do that on afternoon market action? Did I do that on Monday? I tweeted it. If you want to follow me on Twitter, go search for @Glenn Tompkins Jr. on Twitter. I did tweet that there's more infrastructure money going out to charging for the charging infrastructure. So Blink is up. AVGO is another stock that's probably going to be up. ChargePoint is probably another stock that's going to be up. Keep your eyes on the charging stocks. Keep your eyes. The infrastructure is in motion to get built up, folks. It is in motion to get built up. Nees is here. What's up? Yasu, my friend, Yasu. Is it a great time to do calls and puts? Always. You know something, in the way of, instead of being as risky, stocks are, and for anybody who doesn't know, and I'm going to ask this question. How many of you think that options are more riskier than stocks? Type of 1. If you don't think that options are more riskier than stocks, type of 2. That's an important question. And I'll talk about that in a second. How many of you think that options are more riskier than stocks? Type of 1. How many of you don't feel that way? Type of 2. So for everybody who's typing a 1, for everyone who's typing a 1, I want you to understand, all right? I need you to understand that options were designed to be less riskier than stocks. Why? When you buy a stock, you have unlimited gain, you have unlimited loss all the way down to 0. With an option, I've got a set amount of loss built into the trade. Why? Because if I buy, I can only lose the amount of money that I bought the option for. That's it. If the stock plummets, the most I can lose is the money I paid for the trade. So for everyone in the room that's saying that options are more riskier than stocks, that is not the case. They were designed to be less riskier than stocks. All right, so everybody, I got to let you know, they're not, especially when it comes to the loss side. The most money you can lose on an option is the premium you paid. That's it. If you buy a call at $2.50 and it costs you $1,000 to put the trade on, the most you can lose is that $1,000, even if that stock goes out of business. So for everybody who typed a 1, I need you to understand that options are not riskier than stocks. You have a set amount of money that you can lose as soon as you put the trade on. You don't have that feature when you buy a stock outright. All right. So with that being said, those are my big news stocks. We looked at the top 4, and we looked at their graphs. Next, hottest industries. Remember, I told you this is a whole new format. Let's talk about the hottest industries. Let's see where you can go to find some stocks. What about buying puts and it skyrockets? Just still, the most you can lose energy is the amount of money that you bought that you spent on the put, even if it skyrockets. That's it. All right. Mash says 300 likes and Glenn will give us each a share of CTRM. Hell yeah. Give me 300 likes. I'll give you all a share of CTRM. I'll hook you up. One share each. All right. But I don't think we're going to get there. So I can say that. I never liked the idea of having a margin account. Raphael, with an options, you don't need to have a margin account. You just need to be able to know how to play options. You don't need to have a margin account. How do you learn about options trading? We've got something coming up called the refinement portfolio transformation, which talks a little bit about options. We have something, Debbie, called an options jump starter course. And it will get you into the understanding of how to play options. All right. So Fernando says, wow, I want one. You want to share CTRM? All right, 300 likes. I'll give everybody a share of CTRM. All right. So I guess I'm confusing it with shorting. Oh, no, that's different. Shorting, you can get unlimited loss as well. But from an option standpoint, buying a put, you won't. Michael, I'm not doing mugs yet. I don't even know if I'm doing mugs today. Every time I buy a stock, I am selling options at some point to capture premium. I rent out my share. Absolutely, John. But that comes with understanding how to play options. There's a lot of flexibility. How do you sign up for an options course? Give us a call. Give us a call to talk about, and you want to ask about our options jump starter course. I might think that it might be a self-learning course. I think that there might be a self-learning course for options jump starter. Give them a call, Clyde. Tell them that Glenn sent you. Tell them that Glenn sent you and you're interested in the options jump starter course. All right, let's go take a look for the hottest industries. Let's go to Delta Industries, Delta Searches Industries. Let's go let's go see what's moving. All right, Mark says 300 likes and I'll buy everyone a drink. Just take small sips so everyone gets some. I like that. I like that, Mark. All right, you'll buy everyone. I like that. Take the options paycheck. Jay, that's a little bit more advanced. I'm not pushing anybody there first. For anyone who's looking to learn how to trade options, I'm always going to start them off with the options jump starter. Every time I tell them that, Glenn sent me and they charge me more, says Nees. Options jump starter was my first course, and I think I've made more through that technique than any other. Way to go, Roger. I'm telling you, for those people who are interested in learning how to trade options, the options jump starter course is the way to go. All right, so let's talk about that. Mike, who said about making money on crypto? Look at that. Over the last 20 days, crypto is up 42%. But look at, it's losing money. It's losing steam, not losing money. It's still up over 32% over the last 10 days. Is the money there to be made? Yes. Is it losing steam? Also, yes. All right. Bill says, learn covered calls first. And that's a basic options trade. That's a basic options trade, is learning how to sell a covered call on a stock that you own. All right. And being able to generate income on that. Absolutely. Boston's in the house. Hey, Boston. And look at that. Debbie, Boston sent you the phone number to give us a call. All right. So let's find out what's moving over here we go. Here we go. Look at this. Petroleum Canadian exploration production, 4.87%, almost 5% in the last 20 days, up over 17% over the last 10 days. That's what I'm looking for to see what's on the rise. Let's view the stocks in that industry group. And because not everybody in here is a subscriber, I'm not going to give you all the stocks. How about that? I'm not going to give you all the stocks, but I've got 27 stocks in here, and I can do rank analysis by any of the VectorVest indicators to hone in on what I want. All right, to hone in on what I want. But this is sorted by VST. How about Canadian Natural Resources? CNQ is amongst the leaders today. AETUF, a lot of these are lower dollar stocks. Not all, but I love the idea of being able to hone in on what industries have gone up over the last 20 days and have increased over the last 10 days. How many of you think that that's useful information? Type of 1, especially if you're brand new to the channel. How many of you feel that that is useful information? Because as we look at these stocks and we look at the system, it's all about finding you something for you to be able to get into. And this is an easy way. Why do I like it? Because we do the work and you reap the rewards. This is a simple way to see what industries are really rising, because go back, I can see that crypto stocks is up 32%. And that's great. All right, it's up 32%. But what's it doing over the last 20 days? it's up 42%. That's like a 10% drop in a 1 week time period. So I love the idea of being able to look. How about this? Chemical fertilizers up over 5% in the last 20 days, now up 15% in the last 10 days. Let's go view the stocks in that industry group. And again, because many of you are not subscribers, I'm only going to give you the top 5. If you want to be able to do this on your own, take a subscription to the VectorVest software. We got a low deal here on the YouTube channel. But out of this, only one stock is moving up, which is SQM. Let's go view that stock graph. Let's go peep that out. Put this on, since this is, let's go the last 20 days, 5, 10, 15. I'll put this on the last month. Put this on the last month. What's it doing? Wow. Wow. That's why I do what I do, to find you these kinds of stocks. Look at that. Now, a lot of you will say, well, why couldn't you tell me about that back here? I got a search in here that'll look for when the 3 crosses above the 8 to give you that heads up. But beautiful, if that would have popped up on that search, now look at the stock's price going up. This is why we use to see what industries are on the rise over the last 20 days and that are now even rising higher over the last 10 days. Hey, you know what I need? If you think that this is good for you, good information, share this link right now. Let's get more people in here. Share this link with the people that are in your social circles. This is only something you can find within the VectorVest software. Well, keep in mind, we track over 200 industries. We're doing this analysis that we're talking about right now on over 200 industries to hone in on what's really moving, So I love this idea from a Trending Thursday perspective. Let's really find out what's trending, and this is the way that you find this out. All right, if you haven't hit the like button already, do that as well. Hit that like button. I'm telling you, this is I'm loving this new format. It's all about the stocks, and it's all about what you guys are thinking about. All right, so that was the hone in on what the hottest industries were. Now, how many of you are short-term traders? Type of 1 in the room. How many of you, have a good day, Jay. How many of you are short-term traders? Dimka, I could do that real quick. Type of 1 in the room if you're a short-term trader. I've got a search, Trending Thursday. I created a search. Was it on the Trending Thursday? YouTube. I created a search to find cheap 3/8 crosses. How about I do that for you right now? I'm only going to show you the top 5 stocks. Nope. I'm only going to show you the top 5 stocks. Sigh. Look at that. I just gave that all away. But here's stocks out of over 9,000 stocks that we have. I've got stocks where the 3 just crossed above the 8. All right, where the 3 just crossed above the 8. Price less than $2. Average volume greater than 100,000 shares, and the price is greater than 50 cents. You want stocks that are just where the 3/8 just crossed Dimka? There you go. You have the ability, once you have the subscription to the VectorVest software, to find these kinds of stocks. Let's view these graphs. Stocks where the 3 just crossed above the 8. Let's put this on a 1-month graph. All right, boom, look at that, Dimka. The 3 just crossed above the 8 today. But now I can look at other things. Do I like the earnings? Do I like the graph? I like the graph. I like that the 3 just crossed above the 8, but I got a level of resistance right here. I'd wait. 3 just crossed above the 8. Look at that. Boom. Look at the DPO rising. Earnings per share. Ooh, not so good, but I do like the price action. I also like that the stock is above the average volume as well, but the 3 just crossed above the 8. Dimka, how about this? This is news driven. The 3 just crossed above the 8. A little bit of give back right here on big volume. I like the earnings, but this is how I can find out what stocks the 3 just crossed above the 8. This is not Sensionics, though. That would be SENS, not SESN. But Dimka, that's how I can do it. That's how I can do it. I just did that right off. You have a subscription. As long as you have Pro Trader, you can do a 3/8 cross. If you need help with that, Dimka, give us a call. We'll walk you through how to do that. All right. So I got the people. Define short term, says Beavertail. Short term is stocks that I want to get in and I want to make money for a couple of days, short term, or even not even a day trade. I do want to hold them for more than a day, maybe a couple of days, short term trades. All right. So I've got some stocks, short term place. I've got a search that I'm going to use that I went and cherry picked for you from. For those of you who are subscribers to the software, go to searches price volume and look for percent price boomers. Now, Here's stocks that I cherry picked for you. Let's graph them all real quick. These are short-term plays. Put this on a 1-month graph as well. Now, short-term plays. I like the move. 3.8 just crossed. Where did the stock's price fall back down to? The level of support. And good volume. The DPO is currently above. Earnings, but the price action, bottom left, top right. Couple of days. That's all I'm looking for. Wow, ULCC. Well, we know the news on that, right? Very little give back on good volume. Could this transform or translate into more for the next couple of days? VRAX, brand new stock in our database. I do like the MACD on it. I do like the earnings on it. A little bit of give back, but look at the 3 and 8. Short term, FLNC, Energy Clean. The DPO is above 1. Earnings looks good. Very little give back at the top. I'm liking that. Swing trading, I got something for you as well. When you get down to swing trading, Raphael, I got something for you as well. Let's just go look through this. MaxN, watch the give back on the top of the graph. Plug, I've got that asked a lot about in the Jockey Club this morning. I do like the move. Short-term play. A little here to give back. The 3.8 just crossed. Dimka, look at all of these stocks where the 3.8 just crossed. I'm not feeling this. There's a lot more wick at the top of this, a lot more give back, even though it rose and gapped up on good volume. Earnings looks good. DPO looks good. MACD looks good, but I'm not feeling that give back. Be careful with that. And the last one, now this one I like. Because it's trading close to the session highs today. 3.8 crossed a couple of days ago, and this happened on in the last couple of days. Beavertail, then I'm not short term, but 7 to 8% sell rules have gotten triggered the last few days opportunities. All right, so fine. For those of you, how many of you consider yourselves to be swing traders, holding stocks for a couple of days to a couple of weeks? Type a me in the room. How many of you consider yourselves to be swing traders, holding stocks for a couple of days to a couple of weeks? Type a me in the room. And then I've got a backup question to that. So for all of those who are swing traders, I've got a search that I like to use called the Midas Touch, also found in searches, special searches in the software. All right, Midas Touch. There's a lot of me's in here. Now, I'm going to ask a backup question. With everything that's going on in the market, how many of you are still comfortable swing trading right now? Type a 1 in the room. How many of you feel that the market is looking so jacked up that you're not comfortable swing trading? Type a 2 in the room. All right, so there's a lot of people in the room that like the swing trading. Excellent. Now the second, and I'm looking, a lot of people are saying that they're okay with the swing trade. So that's all right. And you know something, Kenny says 1 and 2. Kenny, you gotta give one way or the other. But shouldn't we trust the system? Yes. So if that's the case, Mike, let's go back to the home page. If that's the case, let's go to how did that happen? Let's go to the home page. Max, wow, what just happened there? All right, I got to fix that up a little bit. This over. All right, so I'm looking at the home page of the VectorVest software. Where is my color guard? Does this say that it's okay to swing trade? So Mike says we got to use the system. Does the system say yes? Well, I got a lot of yellow. I got a lot of green popping in. What's the predominant color you see? Yellow. What does yellow mean from a stoplight perspective? Type it in the room. What does yellow mean in a stoplight perspective? What does it mean? So I'm putting that out there because the question came up, trust the system. I trust the system. What is the system telling me right now? The system is telling me to be cautious right now. So, Mike, from that perspective, are you super comfortable? Are you super comfortable in swing trading? And you know something, whether you answered yes or no, it is of no concern to a certain degree to me. I just wanted to know where your heads are. All right, I just wanted to know where your head's up. The DEW is up. So now that's another side of it. If you're trusting the system, what market timing call are you using? Are you using the primary wave? Are you using the DEW? Are you using the confirmed call? That's the other side of trusting the system. Depending on how you invest in the market, use the market timing that fits you. So primary wave is up. It's okay to be in the market. DEW is up. That's really good for the swing trader, right? For the middle of the road investor. So yeah, if you're trusting the system, it says okay. But if I'm looking at the longer term picture, what is the color guard telling me? It's telling me to be careful right now. All right, caution, but if we close up, we should swing trade and follow the system. I didn't say we weren't tomorrow. I didn't say that. I said that we would look, if we close with an up, I should be looking into swing trading in the Derby tomorrow. I should be looking at swing trading in the Derby tomorrow. Stop loss, controlled agreed, says Hamed. I'm looking to see what you guys on Facebook are saying. Not a whole bunch of people. Hey, Rick on Facebook, how you doing? All right. So I wanted to address that following the system. But my swing trade plays came out of the Midas Touch search. Let's go sort this by percentage price movers. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go take a look. And I'm going to, since these are going to be swing trades, let's go look at this in a time period. Wow, look at that today. Whew, look at that. That's a beautiful looking equity curve. But let's put this on a 3-month graph. From a swing trade perspective, do you like that? Yes or no? Do you like that? Bottom left, top right, 3 months, 3-8 crossing, stocks price moving up. MACD, man, what I don't like though, I don't like the earnings per share. But do you like this as a swing trade? The answer to that question is yes. That's why I chose it for the swing trade watch list. That's why I chose it for the swing trade watch list. Let's go to the next one. Do you like that one? Bottom left, top right, coming out of a channel, 3-8 cross and breaking through a level of resistance of 25.10. Volume is starting to pick up a little bit. MACD just get ready to go positive. Rising earnings per share. Boom. This is, I like this. I like this. Now I'm looking for follow through on this because it just broke through resistance. I'm looking for follow through on this, but I like it. And it's right there close to the 3-month high. What else is in here? ENPH. This was an earnings play, right? This was an earnings play over the last couple of days. A little bit of give back right here, but the 3-8 still positive. Above average volume. MACD is still rising earnings. I like this. All right. And what else? Wow, SLP. Look at these. Look at these stocks. From a swing trade perspective, folks, are you liking these plays? 1 or 2. 1, if you're liking these plays that you're getting through the search, through the system. 2, if, But this is, last week someone asked me to look at swing trade plays. Again, I reformatted Trending Thursday to get more of you involved in stocks to take a look at. I'm loving that equity curve, folks. There's no way of getting around that. I do like the rising earnings. I do like the DPO technically and fundamentally. I'm fine. I'm loving this. Relative value, though, is low, but relative safety is above 1. RT tells me the stock's in an uptrend. Which strategy are you going to use if you start to swing trade? Mike, I don't know. I haven't gotten there yet. I don't know. I haven't gotten there yet. We're going to look at that tomorrow. We're going to look at that tomorrow from the Derby. We're going to look at that from tomorrow, all right? I don't know yet. All right, and that was all of my stocks from the swing trade perspective. So there's some stocks for you guys that are swing trades. Speculative plays. A lot of news-driven stocks, right? So I've got this from a search called Teeny Boppers, all right, where stocks are going up on price but rising volume as well. You'll notice that some of these have relative values and relative safeties below 1. That's what makes them speculative. But relative timings are all above 1. They are all in uptrends. The fundamentals behind the stocks may not be there. That's what makes these speculative plays. Let's go look at the top 4 that are going up today. Actually, let's just go look at all of them. Right-click, view the stock graph. Because these are speculative plays, I want to look at them on probably, let's go on a 5-day period. 5-day period. All right. So I'm looking at intraday, 5-minute bars, but 5 days. Bottom left, top right. And boom, there you go. I like that. I'd like to see that it would go back up. The 3 and 8 are still in play, but I'd like to see it go back up towards the highs. Remember, these are speculative plays. These are not fundamentally sound, but they are in uptrends. Over the last 5 days, look at that. Look at that. Rising earnings. Look at that, folks. Again, all speculative plays. Now, ASRT has got a lot more volatility in it. If you're not feeling the volatility, then you don't play this stock. All right, if you're not good with the volatility by looking at the graph, you bypass this stock and go to the next one. That one, I'm not feeling that at all. At all. Lack of trading, lack of volume. It made the list, but this is why I look at the graphs. I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that one as well. I'm not feeling that one as well. And I'm sort of not feeling that as well. That's why you go look at a graph, and that's why these are speculative plays. All right, now, last one. How many of you are day traders? Type of 5 in the room. I'm going to change that up. Type of 5 in the room if you consider yourselves to be day traders. All right, I'm switching it up a little bit. Make sure you guys are listening and not just rotely going 1 or 2. How many of you consider yourselves to be day traders? So now, I've got a tool to help me define some day trades as well, called the Derby tool. And you got to have real time. You got to have Derby in order to do it. 5, free mug. I'm not putting out free mug today. Not a day trader. I'm a scalper like Patrick. Nothing. And you know something? You can still use these day trades for scalping as well. Maria types of 1. Maria, were you not listening? Were you not listening? That's why I said type of 5. That's why I said type of 5. All right. Let's go peep these out. All right. These are from my Derby. Look at this. HKD. Why is that up 109%? Let's go view the stock news on that stock. Let's go see if I can get that over here. Stock news, 112%. AMTD's digital stock cheered on the New Year. Oh, it's a debut. No trade more than double the. Oh, that was 13 days ago. Holy smokes. Announced a successful pricing at IPO with pre-green shoe market capitalization of $1.4 billion. They raised a lot of dough. All right, let's go look at the top. Let's go look at all of them. Right click. These are my day trades. View the stock graph. We're going to keep these on intraday 5-minute bars. HKD still rising. Look at that. Even from a scalping perspective, I'd go 12 cents higher than the high, the 388 across. I'd go 12 cents higher. It's trading at the session highs today. Even being up that much, does it give you an opportunity? It gave you an opportunity this morning. And then from a scalp perspective, when the 3 went below the 8, that was a good time to get out. Now the 3 went back above the 8. You got a scalping opportunity right here. You got a scalping opportunity right here, Robert. All right. Make sure it's 12 cents higher than the high. DP, look at that. The MACD is about to go positive again. Let's look at the next one. Wow, SIGA just looks great. As a day trade, getting in when the 3 crossed above the 8, getting out, taking your profits, getting back in. Wow, look at that. From a scalp, what I missed, I had to make a call. I'm showing some trades, some day trades, possible still good for today. EDU, I need the stock trading off of the session highs today. I need the stock to go back above the high. It's starting to give back, not all of it, but starting to pull back. It looks like the majority of the money has already been made. I probably wouldn't take that if it's a day trade. Now, ENG made some good money this morning, having a hard time getting past that level of resistance. It is what it is. I probably wouldn't take that. Yeah, look at that. Nicely went up, sitting back down. It's got a beautiful level of support sitting right now, right here. The 3.8 could be about to cross. I'd like to see it go 5 cents higher than the high from a day trade perspective still for the day. Teva, same kind of scenario, pulled back, found the level of support, moving sideways. I'm not feeling that just right now as a day trade. What else? That's going down. That's going down, and that's that. Folks, today was a day. Glenn's pick, I've only got 1 stock in here. Apple, why? Because earnings are coming out after the bell. It's a tepid little move today, very little move in anticipation of earnings. I personally own it. And we'll see what happens with it. All right, Joey, put me back on my last screen. That's it for today. How many of you, all right, type of 1 in the room, how many of you like the new format? How many of you like the new format of getting quickly into stocks, looking at stocks from a lot of different variations based on how you invest in the market? A lot less news, a lot less reading the screen, and a lot more about stocks. Now, I may not be looking at your stocks, but I'm going to ask another question while you're typing this. How many of you have found some potential trades based upon what I gave you today? Type a me in the room. So 1, if you like the new format. 2, if you have found some potential trades based upon what we talked about today. I love the idea of being able to strictly look at stocks from a lot of different perspectives to accommodate all types of investors in this room. Robert says, yes, love your new format, moves fast. I like that too. Let's rock and roll. Let's stop talking about the jibber jabber and let's get right into it, folks. Let's get right into it. And I remember, for me, I'm trying to make this as 1, entertaining, but 2, as informal, as informational as I can for you. I want you guys to make money. Now, Stock Time says, not my kind of stocks. I talked about a lot of different stocks today, Stock Time, whether it was short-term, swing trade, speculative, day trade. I don't know what else I could have done. I don't know what other stocks do you want me to look at? I'm curious to know. What other types of stocks do you want to look at? Energy says, I like how you broke down what about the industry and sector was making the stock go up alongside the news. All right. Michael says, maybe show some day trades, some swing trades, and some investments. Well, you know something, when I'm looking at swing trades, I'm thinking that's a little bit more investment, unless I'm talking about long-term trades. You guys want to see some longer-term trades in here as well? Because I can put a folder in here for longer-term trades. All right, for the longer term core holdings. All right, like an Apple or something like that. You know something? I might put a portfolio in there. Tyree says, I'm with you, Stock Time. And I'm curious to know, what kind of stocks do you want? What kind of stocks do you want? Michael says, do a mix of 3 time frames. Well, I did 2. I actually did 3 time frames. Did I not? Did I not do 3 time frames? I looked at stocks on a day trading perspective. All right. Today, I looked at stocks on a 1-month perspective, and I looked at stocks on a 3-month perspective. Did I not look at 3 time frames, Michael? Actually, I did. I thought I did. Anybody back me up on that? Did I not do 3 different time periods? All right. Dividend stocks. All right. You want to think about dividends. I need to write that down. Dividend stocks. All right. Dividend stocks. Tyree says, yeah, I did. All right. Dividend stocks. All right. I can do that. I could put some dividend stocks up there. Probably the dividend stocks will be right along with the long term. I could put long term / dividend stocks. I could do that. Salt Shaker's looking for a mug. Joey, should I give away a mug? I'm not giving away a mug today. I'm not giving away a mug. Stock Time says, Glenn, I'm pulling $1,100 a month in dividends. No, and there's nothing wrong with that. I will put another folder in here specifically for dividend plays. I will do that. All right, Dan says, graph time frame. I did 3 different time frames, Dan. On the shorter plays, I did 1 month on my swing trades. I did 3 months on my day trades. I did an intraday graph. All right, so Debbie says, please long term. I think I'm going to make a folder for long term / dividend. All right, so I'll put another folder in there. And Stock Time and everybody else out there, will that accommodate everybody in the room? Type of 1. If there's something else that you're looking for, type of 2. I'm just curious to know, will that accommodate everybody in the room if I put in a long-term / dividend watch list? Will that accommodate everybody? Puts and calls will be more profitable. I can't do options in here. All right, so the ones are coming across. Excellent. All right, so it looks like yes. Rob on Facebook says, yes, please look at long-term holdings. All right. So I am going to put another folder in here, and we're going to call that long-term / dividend plays. All right, look at the GLB RT kicker timing for momentum. I probably won't. Eton, remember, I'm not giving away everything. All right, you notice I'm not giving away everything for those people who are not subscribers. So when it comes down to market timing, there's only a couple I'm going to show, but the kicker is not going to be one of them. Does that make sense, Eton? You may be a subscriber, but there's a lot of people out here that are getting this information gratis, and I don't want to give everything away. All right, Mark says, this is trending Thursday, not trending quarterly or yearly. I hear you, Mark. But you know something? I think a lot of people from a stock picking perspective want to be able to see longer term stocks, and I'm okay with that. A lot of this that I'm showing here in my lists are trending, short-term plays, swing trade plays, speculative plays, and day trades. That is in the confines of Trending Thursday, but I don't mind going out a little bit more on at least one watch list that is not about trending. Does that make sense, Mark? For those people who are looking at longer term plays, I'm willing to do a watch list for that. All right. Mike says, how did you come up with 5 or 12% high, 5 or 12 cents higher than the high? If the stock is less than $20, we go 5 cents higher than the high. If the stock is greater than $20, we go back to the whole old 1/8 of a point or 12 cents higher. Actually, an 1/8 of a point is 13 cents, but it's actually 12.5 cents. But we use 12 cents to round up. So anything over $20, we like to put in a SPY stop order at 12 cents higher than the high. And for those stocks that are less than $20, we like to look at 5 cents higher than the high. But why those specific numbers? Because it's easy for people to understand and all that kind of stuff, and it works. The 1/8 of a point is the 12 cents. The 5 cents just means that because it's a lower dollar stock, you don't want to always give an 1/8 of a point. That's a lot more move on a lower dollar stock, and you can miss the get-in price. So I sort of kind of put it a little bit in half. It's a little bit more than in half, but that was the reason why. All right, folks, I'm done. All right, thank you for chatting in today. That definitely keeps the algorithm up. And if you liked what you saw today, tell you what, this is what it's going to be like going forward. It's going to be fast-paced, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be informative, and hopefully you guys get an opportunity to pick up on new opportunities based on how you buy or trade in the market, folks. So that's what this was all about. The chat was amazing. And I love the content, and I am going to keep this going. I am definitely going to keep this going. Mark says, thank you, VectorVest, Glenn, Joey. This is awesome. I'm loving this. So, folks, don't forget next week to invite people. All right, I got to go. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Bom dia. Salam, shalom, namaste, yas. Until next time, folks, see ya.